Yeah, hello. This mind map explains the planned procurements process, which is all about what to buy, when to buy, how to buy, from whom to buy of procurements in a project. So this is a major decision, especially in large projects or multi-location projects. If you look at the input side, okay, whatever we discussed so far is coming as an input, like the project management plan, the requirements documentation, risk register, contracts, copies, activity resource requirements, the schedule part, activity cost estimates, stakeholders register, enterprise environmental factors, and organizational process assets. So most of the things we have discussed, or rather all the input side we have already discussed, because the enterprise environmental factors and all have a major role to play on your procurements. The tools and techniques we use for procurements are: one is make or buy analysis. At the time of planning, once we do a work breakdown structure or WBS, we will be deciding on what all work packages we will be doing ourselves and what all things must be outsourced. Yeah, maybe a riskier piece where we don't have the expertise, we would love to outsource to somebody. So all those, sometimes buying out something from an external resource or importing something from some other country would be cheaper than procuring it locally, or making it by yourself. So this make or buy analysis happens during procurement planning. For that, we may do some market research as well. Meetings is another tool, and expert judgment. Sometimes we bring in experts to advise us on what to procure, from whom to procure, those kind of things. So a consultant's help can be sought out here. The outputs of procurement planning: we have the procurement management plan, procurement statements of work. Primarily, we are talking about the statements of work against which we will be inviting requests for proposals from the prospective suppliers. Make or buy decisions, procurements documents, source selection criteria, because whenever if it is high value procurement decisions, mostly it is not done by one single individual. Always we have a procurement team, a team of people decide based on a preset criteria, like for prior experience this much weightage, for schedule this much weightage, for waste disposal norms, okay, we give this kind of a weightage. So first we have to come out with the screening criteria, then we must come out with the weighing criteria. So what is the screening criteria? So while inviting proposals, we may say, unless you have managed, you have supplied to projects of minimum this much value, please don't participate in this particular tendering. Or if you don't have 5 years experience, or if you don't have this kind of certifications, please don't participate in this proposal. So that is a kind of a screening criteria where we ensure that only the competent people participate in the proposal or the tender. Then we have the weighing criteria, like for experience, okay, you give this much weightage. For your track record, you give this kind of weightage. For completion date, we give this kind of weightage. Even while recruiting people, we have this weighing criteria, like for qualification, we give 10 points. For past experience, we give another 10 points. Joining time, we give some more weightage. So this kind of, you have to come out with a weighing criteria and a screening criteria. So primarily that comprise the source selection criteria. And while planning the procurement, sometimes we may have to raise some change requests, because change requests to maybe the charter, change requests to the plan, change requests to the statement of work given by the customer, because now let's say you're constructing a house and you're supposed to, as per the initial requirement given by the customer, everything must be teak wood. And because of enterprise environmental factors, and if there is a ban on cutting trees, and because of that, if teak wood is not available, then we have to look for substitutes. Then okay, we have to raise a change request, based on which we'll have to change the requirements given by the customer, which is already frozen in the form of a scope document. So change request also can be part of plant procurements. And project document updates. So during this process, any document can get updated, including your charter, because sometimes your budgets will increase or decrease, your scope will increase or decrease. So based on all these things, maybe a charter can get revised, a project plan get revised, your budgets can get revised, statement of work can get revised, even the contractual terms can get revised. So blanket, as a blanket, okay, they have given one output as project document updates, and this could be anything. So plant procurements is a very important phase of a project, where we have to decide what all things, make or buy decisions happens first, and then we think of centralized procurement or decentralized procurement, partially high value items alone, centralized procurement, low value items, decentralized procurement. So these are the options available. Then we use tools and techniques like make or buy analysis, market research, meetings, and expert judgment. And the outputs are the procurement management plan. The key output is a procurement management plan and procurement statements of work and the make or buy decisions. I hope this mind map has given you a fair idea of the procurement process. The key thing is make or buy decisions happens during the procurement plan. Thank you.